been calling my name. Disrespect me, got no choice but to slang. I ain't gon' lie, death been calling my name. The devil calling, I don't even pick it up when it rain. Can't do that. He disrespect me, got no choice but to slang. Team that night, I'm real demanding. Now I make this bitch sing, and we gon' ride on him. All behind it, right on side it, open fire on him. We gon' open fire on him. Let them bitches spark for July on him. Bow. I go by one way, I get brutal when it come to stepping. He sending distance like he could, bitch, go get you a whip. Hit up my shooter, he get reckless, he slang Smith and Weston. Got on my trench coat with my Glock, tucked, I dare you to test me. That iron sound just like a rock band when I let it slang. This shit get evil, snag his people, let his mama hang. He tryna squash it, but it's up shit, gotta end the flames. Might take the easy route, let the junkie smash him for some cane. I ain't gon' lie, death been calling my name. The devil calling, I don't even pick it up when it rain. He disrespect me, got no choice but to slang. He tried to whack me, but he garbage, pussy boy ain't have aim. You bitch. I ain't gon' lie, death been calling my name. The devil calling, I don't even pick it up when it rain. Can't do that. He disrespect me, got no choice but to slang. Team that night, I'm real demanding. Now I make this bitch sing, and we gon' ride on him. All behind you, right on side and open fire on him. We gon' open fire on him. Let them bitches spark for July on him. Day blocking in the skank with a big Glock on side. Can't afford to leave at home, that'll be a dead nigga try to blind me. 7.62s in the Drake, got that bitch right behind me. My favorite channel was Nickelodeon, but I can't let you slam me. Send 2 shots right at the passenger and fuck up his dumb. Then send 3 shots straight to the left and send a driver with him. Ain't got no plans for the back seat, but shit, we still gon' split them. Can't afford to let these plans go wrong, we'll celebrate once we get them. The big old Draco, bullets the size of Legos. I nickname my house the queso, that bitch bound to make your face go. Chop your block, it won't take long. All I need is a life song. Got a stick stuffed in my jacket with my cocaine YG Nights on. I ain't gon' lie, death been calling my name. The devil calling, I don't even pick it up when it rain. Can't do that. He disrespect me, got no choice but to slang. Team that night, I'm real demanding. Now I make this bitch sing, and we gon' ride on him. All behind you, right on side and open fire on him. We gon' open fire on him. Let them bitches spark for July on him. Bow.
I told God I have a hard time with patience, my board is full. It's a lot of moves that I done postponed cause of your book. They forgot about the queen, she has skills to capture rooks. So any peace protecting castles, a straight move they getting took. It ain't no allies. You can get your bishop, pope, pastor, or rabbi, but none of those prayers protect your flesh from your past life. Cause a night gets it jumping, they'll shape plans, create they flat minds. Same meals they gotta take if I choose to go and get mine. I start the clock a piece with 7, got 2 more shots. A pawn up in this game is just a pawn for the plot. Some kings they gotta go, so think about your spot. Be cautious how you play cause the queen is watching your thoughts. Sadly we're here today cause these things they escalate. A woman scorn is something that they underestimate. Don't involve your ego, we target to check they mates. That means I'll sacrifice all they pieces to make it safe. I need a new team, mine is playing both sides. Bad diagonal moves, why do demons wanna hide? And bishop type movements, we cut they corners, let them die. It's 64 squares and you can't check her up, no lies. Now start the clock a piece with 7, got 2 more shots. A pawn up in this game is just a pawn for the plot. Some kings they gotta go, so think about your spot. Be cautious how you play cause the queen is watching your thoughts.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. We up in the building, man. I know I'm running a little late, man. I'm in here doing this, doing that. What's up, Fresh? Why not Fresh in the building? Salute. What's up, Big Boy TV? Partners in the building. See splash in traffic in the building, man. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to all the members. Salute to you, salute. Man, we in here now. Let's go. Yeah, we in the building. Let's go. Let's go. We is in the building, man. They didn't know we was gonna come like this today. I don't know what they thought we were gonna be doing, but we ain't doing that. I don't know what they thought we were doing, but we are not doing that. For real, for real, for real. Let's go. Yeah, man. It's showtime up in here, man. It is showtime up in here. Look, we had dropped this Don Lemon story 12 days ago. I've been doing my research. I've been scouring the internet up and down. I ain't seen nobody doing what we did. This is our story. I didn't get it from nobody. I ain't use nobody content. It's all original content. This Don Lemon story where we run. We run the all original content over here. If anything, they biting off us because they late. You know what I'm saying? I told you they knew till I tell you what's going on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we were the first one to do this Don Lemon story. And ain't nobody did it the way we did. Ain't nobody covered it how we covered it. Last night, we did the paperwork party. You know what I'm saying? We had a paperwork party last night. We talked about all the charges and everything. You know what I'm saying? What he was charged with, all the overt acts that they committed. We showed you his co-conspirators. Only thing we waiting on now is that mugshot to drop. That's it. That's the only thing we waiting on. We just waiting on that mugshot to drop. Soon that thing drop, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely have that on the board. Don Lemon ran around for 17 years telling lies on CNN, man. For real. For the last 10 years, he got up there and said everything he could say negative about Donald Trump. You know what I mean? He ain't hold no punches, so we ain't about to hold none. You know what I mean? He didn't hold no punches, so we ain't about to hold none. We don't care how he feel. We really don't. You know what I mean? We really don't care how he feel right now. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, let him tell it. The whole world against him. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody against you. You went out here planning them folks' church. That was your fault. You made that decision. You got to live with it. Don Lemon. Yeah. You went up planning them folks' church. Now you got to live with it. Now I've seen everybody and their mama on TV trying to defend Don Lemon. But they ain't defending him with no facts. Everybody using hyperbole and all these different examples and all this old nonsense. Listen here, man. Ain't nothing that's still gonna work in no courtroom. Don Lemon was a journalist. I wouldn't give a damn if he was a fireman. He can't commit no crimes. And saying he a journalist, ain't nobody disputing whether he no journalist or not. That ain't what he on trial about. Whether he a journalist or not, what he on trial about is the crimes he committed. He been charged with crimes. Now he gonna have to get in a courtroom and hash that out. But going on TV talking about John Lemon, a journalist. Man, I wouldn't care if he was a pizza maker. He done committed crimes. We ain't tripping about him being no journalist. You know what I'm saying? We is not tripping about him being no journalist. I promise you that. You know, because this is the whole thing with his journalism and them saying he a journalist. What difference do that matter? What he was doing was illegal. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us John Lennon because he's a journalist. Man, his First Amendment is not being obstructed. Ain't nobody trying to tell him he can't continue to be a journalist. Ain't nobody telling him that. What we telling him is that on the Sunday that he was in that church, he committed crimes. And the federal government is here to make sure that he, remember what he was saying all the time? Nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. Man, they ran that into the ground. Nobody's above the law. And then when he get charged with crime, now he crying. He crying now. Talking about Trump going after his enemies. Wasn't nobody going after you. You wasn't even on our radar, Don Lemon. Trust me. We was not thinking about you. You know what I mean? You were the last person we were thinking about. You popped up in that church doing that nonsense. Your name came across my desk. And hey, I'm like a pit bull with a bone. When I get a name, I get on the prowl for real. I get busy with it. So your name came across my desk, Don Lim, and trust me, I was not looking for you. I was not looking for you. That was your fault you got caught out here bad like that. What you should have did when the story first broke, you should have got yourself in front of a TV camera and apologized. Told the world how sympathetic you was, how empathetic you was, and how you really didn't mean to do nothing. Had you done that, you might have been able to survive. You done made things so worse for yourself. It's a shame, Don. You done ran out here and tried to call everybody in the church a white supremacist. You ran out here and tried to call everybody who against you a racist. Man, we ain't racist. We ain't no white supremacists. We calling the shots. We calling it how it is. You went in that church playing, and now it's time for you to pay the piper. It's time for you to pay the piper. I mean, you said it yourself. Nobody's above the law. That's what you said, Don Lim. You ran around talking about nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. Okay. So now it's your turn. Let's see if you're above the law or not. Because I think that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to be above the law. The law say you cannot go in no church and disrupt nobody while they worship. You can't do it. It's against the law. It's illegal. You trying to cry now because your name got brought up in. You know what I'm saying? You trying to cry now. And you think we're going to have some sympathy with you. No, we ain't about to have no sympathy with you. We about to go ahead and do what we got to do. And what we got to do is make sure that a jury convicts you on all charges. Not some, we trying to convict you on all charges. For real. And we trying to, you know what I'm saying, put the maximum penalty on you. And the reason is because you haven't shown any contrition, any remorse. You haven't come out and apologized to these people. You haven't come and said that you made a mistake. You wish things could be different. You're trying to justify your behavior saying that you're a Don Lemon. Let me tell you something, son. We can't let it go now. It was a time where we could have backed off of it, but we can't now. You putting us in a bad situation, son. You run around here saying we going after journalists. We got to go after you now. We don't have any choice now because the minute we slow up and don't let you go to jail, everybody else going to run out there to my they are journalists and commit crimes. So we got to let them know that saying that you're a journalist is not going to absolve you of no crime committed. It's not. So Don Lemon, we about to put the full court, continue putting the full court pressure on you, and we're not letting up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to continue putting the full court pressure on you, and we're not letting up. I got maybe 5 or 6 different things, you know what I'm saying, coming up. 3 or 4 I know for sure, you know, some dates and some times on them. But I want to wait till I get all this stuff situated first before I start letting y'all know what's going on. But one of them is definitely, you know what I'm saying, some good news for the Austin sector, though. One of them is definitely some good news for the Austin sector. So in the coming days, you know what I'm saying, we'll be releasing that information, letting y'all know what we got new, you know what I'm saying, coming out. But this Don Lemon case has took us to a whole nother level. And the reason I tell you it took us to a whole nother level because it was one of them things that was simple enough that y'all was able to follow along with it as it went. You know what I mean? Y'all watch me do it in real time. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do no fake news on the man, ain't do no lying, none of that. You know what I'm saying? We smeared him up real good, put a belt on him every night. You know what I mean? We smeared him up good, man. We talk so bad about Don Lemon, man. We talk so bad about him, you know. Because do what he get, though. He sat on that CNN for 17 years and did number told lies. Played the whole game. Had the whole world thinking that every black man was a Democrat. And that the one that was conservative was crazy. Ain't nothing crazy about me, son. Ain't nothing crazy about me. You the crazy one. Running around here believing men should be in women's locker rooms. You know what I'm saying? Talking about a woman could be a man. A man could be a woman. All that nonsense. That's what you ran around here promoting. You ran around here promoting the worst stuff you could promote in a country. The stuff you was promoting could have destroyed this whole nation, son. You sitting here talking about you want Kamala Harris to win a president. For what? What would I want her in office for? I ain't against women. Of course not. But I don't want no dingbat running the country, though. She ain't got more sense than 2 dead flies. Why would I want her in charge of anything? She ran around during the campaign talking about she worked at McDonald's. The lie detector found out that was a lie. We ain't seen no evidence at all that she worked at McDonald's. When I tell you I used to work at McDonald's, then when I was 15 years old, you had to be 16 to work. I was working at 15 because you could work with your parents' consent. So Mom Deuce had to go on the interview with me. You know what I'm saying? But we wasn't even on no interview. Mom Deuce took me around town to apply for jobs. We went right downtown Atlanta, right across the street from the Peachtree Hotel, and applied right there at the McDonald's. Mom did all the talking. I filled out the paperwork. Monday rolled around. I was up in there flipping hamburgers off. You know what I'm saying? And that's verifiable. You can prove that. That lady told me she worked at McDonald's. I ain't worked nowhere. Lady ain't worked nowhere. Just told lies. And they fall for it and go for it. Don Lemon sitting around promoting it. That's why we on his case. That's why we all over his case, because we know what he was doing. He was out here promoting lies, promoting fake news, running plays, trying to create narratives. So it come a time when all that nonsense is out the window. And the only thing matters is what we really got going on. What we got going on is in the four corners of that paperwork. Yeah, the DOJ, that's Department of Justice. Yeah, they speak through the paperwork. They don't want to be on TV doing a lot of talking and explaining stuff. But if they have to, they will. And yeah, they work through the paperwork though. They get it by the paperwork and it's gone by the paperwork. You know what I mean? But I got something for them. While they run on the paperwork, I do too. Yeah, I was in here cutting up. Why wouldn't I be? Why wouldn't I be cutting up in here? Yeah, we're working out the four corners of that paperwork. So last night we read his indictment. We got the full indictment, all the papers, 14 pages long. They got some people named redacted in there too. I want to know who these redacted people is and why their names is redacted. Are they minors? Are they minors? The people name he got redacted in the paperwork. They won't tell me if they was minors or not. Well, how do we end up with having redacted names? Why are these people's names being redacted? Anybody tell me that? Why the names got redacted? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this case for them so we can move on to something else, something new. I don't know now which way I'm going to go with it now because the more I keep thinking about this story, the more I know that we're in a tough situation, man. We're in a tough situation because, see, y'all don't know him. You know what I mean? And I know him. So, you know, like my sister say, it's the optics, it's the way it looks. But I think I should be okay in this instance for the simple fact of I know it look bad, but the people that know Don Lemon, they know I ain't doing too much. They know this is exactly what he be doing. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what Don Lemon be doing. So I don't really feel bad by pushing my issue. Yeah, I don't feel bad by pushing my issue. You know, I don't think that just because I'm pushing this story that, you know what I'm saying, I'm hating on him. Because I'm not hating on him. I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pushing this line, this whatever, because I'm hot. No, I'm not. I tell you what you are doing though. Yeah, I tell you what you can do though. See, Don Lemon, you can get on one of these cameras and in front of the whole world, you can apologize for scaring them kids in that church. See, that's what you can do, Don Lemon. Yeah, you dropped a short today on your YouTube page. You was in that church talking about like, share, and subscribe to your YouTube page. Well, I tell you what you can do on your YouTube page, Don Lemon. You can go on your YouTube page and apologize for scaring out. Let me make sure you see me on the big screen because I don't want no confusion about what I'm about to tell you. Don Lemon, you can go on your YouTube page right now. The one that you was on there talking about like, share, and subscribe while you trying to scare all them kids and had that little girl run out that church and break her arm. Yeah, it been almost 13 days. It been 12 days, Don Lemon. You can get on that page and tell everybody you sorry. You can apologize to that little girl who broke her arm. You can apologize to them people at that church. Or you can go to hell. Ho ass nigga. Yeah. You done ran out here and scared people, intimidated folks. And now you crying because you got arrested. I told you was in jeopardy when you came out the church Sunday. You sat there and listened to everybody else playing the shit, thinking it's a game. Well, you can get right on the camera and apologize, or you can go to hell, bitch. Fuck wrong with you? You think you can run around and scare American citizens? And you think we're going to let that slide? We ain't letting that slide. We ain't letting it slide. Yeah, you can get right on the camera and apologize. Or you can go to hell. You can take your YouTube page and shove it up your ass. Talking about subscribe to your channel. Why am I subscribe to your channel while you running around making kids cry at a church? Matter of fact, YouTube ought to take you off their app. Yeah, YouTube ought to tell you can't be on their app no more. Irregardless that, okay, what you did was journalism and all this and all that. That was against YouTube guidelines. You out here bullying and harassing. Yeah, you out here bullying and harassing. All in somebody else's church after they told you to leave filming. Yeah, it's privacy violations. Filming folks while they praying, while they worshiping. You in there disrupting the service. Fuck you, Don Lemon. You can go to hell for that. Straight up, huh? You can burn. Running around, running your goofy mouth. You ain't apologized yet. We all make mistakes. That's all you had to say was it was a mistake. And then you know what I'm saying? I'm man enough to deal with the consequences of this mistake I made. You could have still went on with your journalism play, trying to say that that's why you did it, because you were doing journalism. You're a journalist. You could have still went with the journalist defense. But for you to come out here and not even apologize to people, yeah, you're a piece of shit, huh? Straight up. How could you be a good person? How could you be a Christian? You ain't standing up on nothing. You ain't standing for nothing. Only thing you worrying about is like, share, and subscribe to your stupid page. That's the only thing you worrying about. Trying to get some likes and views on YouTube. You went up in these folk church and straight embarrassed yourself. Straight embarrassed yourself. And I don't know what you think we're going to do. I don't know what you think we're going to do. You think we're going to let up on you? You crazy, Don Lemon. You a lick right now. Yeah, you a lick right now. Everybody out there should switch they, whatever picture they running with, they should switch their avatar to your face. Yeah, be on people's page, trolling everything with a Don Lemon page. Mm-hmm. The whole country should be out here trolling on the Don Lemon page with your face. And start with your stupid channel. The one you talking about like, share, and subscribe to while you in them folk church harassing people. While you in them folk church harassing people, then when you get out of jail, you walking down the street and they asking you questions. You ain't stopping to answer now question. See, you ain't stopping to answer now question, but you had so much to talk about the other day though. See, you had so much to say the other day though. But now you don't answer questions, huh? Now you don't answer questions. But you walk in people's churches and disrupt and disturb them and ask questions. Yeah, you can go to hell. For real, Don Lemon. If I seen you coming, man, I'd definitely get on the other side of the street. For real. But see, you one of these cats who are, when I walk across the street, then you're going to come across the street. Then when I get on your ass, you're going to try to act like, oh, what's going on? You know what's going on. You're playing a game. That what's going on. You're playing a game. And now you done got caught. I told you it was in jeopardy. Weeks ago. You sat there and played around. You had Harry Levin, the dude who be on TMZ. You had him up there with a lawyer. And he was over-talking the lawyer. But they ain't going to win your argument, though. Over-talking me is not going to win the argument. Only way to win the argument is to have better facts than me and put them on the table. See? Yeah, put them on the table. Don Lemon, you ran around talking about you're a journalist. So that the defense you going with, that you're a journalist, well, this is an open and shut case then. Because like I told you, I don't care if you was a gas pump attendant. You can't break no law. Period. You can't break no law, period. So when some of the conservative women on the right, they was sick of what was going on. They was sick of abortions. They was sick of all the nonsense. So what did they do? What you think they did when they got sick of it? They stopped participating. See? So when they got sick, they stopped participating. But what we do, we just keep on playing the game. Mm-hmm. We just keep on playing the game. And the game is hashtag Don Lemon. Yeah. We're going up through there off of the hashtag Don Lemon. We ain't playing with it. We ain't thinking twice about it. We ain't asking for nobody permission. Anybody getting in our way, we rolling over them. It's get out and lay down time. You understand me? It's get down and lay down time. Don Lemon went out here and played a game and got himself arrested. And won't nobody in the world pop out to his defense. Everybody pop out saying the weirdest, craziest, stupidest stuff they can say, but ain't nobody popped out and tried to help Don Lemon out, which is his own fault, though. It's his own fault that he got caught in the situation that he did because he thought he was too cute. See, that's what they call it when you're out here doing stuff like what he did. That's too cute right there. Yeah, you're going to walk up in the church with the people and try to pretend like you're not with the people, though. That pretending, that what got you on this conspiracy play. So you're going to get your pretend on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna get your pretend on because I haven't seen one person defend you with any logic or anything real to say. Anytime somebody go against you or have something to say about you, remarkably craziest thing I can ever think of. You know where to be available. See, you're available for everything in the world, but a press conference and ask questions about you. See, you don't want to answer no questions about you, but you want to get on here and tell all kind of lies on Trump. Ain't nobody going after no enemies. Done limit. I wouldn't even stoop that low to call you an enemy. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here getting busy with real members on both sides. The people we into it with, plus the people who riding with me. We members. You think we about to let you divide us? Man, we ain't thinking about you, Don Lim. You gonna mess right around and get the maximum sentence put on your behind. Yeah. You ready to do 5 years, Don Lim? You ready to do 5 years? I didn't think so. So if I was you, I'd knock it off. Yeah, I'd knock it off. I'd be in that courtroom trying to tell them people, man, look, that wasn't me what that was, man. I was really trying to film it. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe I made a mistake by going inside the church. But it was never my intention to harm or make anybody, you know what I'm saying, uncomfortable about my presence. And you know you lying when you say that. How we know you lying when you say that? Because we know what a clout chaser look like. We know exactly what a clout chaser look like, and that's exactly what you are. You're a clout chaser. See, you're a clout chaser. Your page is ass. You don't really know how to do content at all. And then you come on here and play a game and get caught out at a protest. That what you do? You go out here and play a game. What's up, Honor My Truest? I'm glad you popped up, bro. I seen one of your comments the other day. I said, I need to holler at Honor My Truest. What's up, gang? Up in there, big. Hey, you think Don Lemon gonna get away? From your comment, that's what I thought you were saying that you know what I'm saying? You was giving me my props, though. You was like, oh, okay, they did arrest Don Lemon. Like I said they was. You did. You know what I'm saying? You did. Yeah, I told you they was gonna arrest him. But you was like, ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't nothing else gonna happen. Oh no, Don Lemon is in trouble, man. For real. Don Lemon is in trouble. Right. That's exactly what you wrote. Right. Honor My Truest said, yeah, I don't think this will hold any weight, but his reputation is tarnished. Yeah, that's what the people try to say. Nah, it's more than that, my Honor My Truest. My brother. No, sir, my brother. It's more than that. Nah, this whole weight, man. He got caught out there bad. Fooling around. Look, Honor My Truest. The feds got 98% conviction rate. They do not charge you with stuff they cannot prove. For real. The feds do not charge you with stuff they cannot prove. For real now. Don Lemon is in trouble, man. Don Lemon, his only out is that, you know, with the feds, you know, they got a guideline. They got a point system. So Don Lemon ain't never been in trouble before. So he's going to be graded out on the low end. But the 2 charges that he got charged with in 5 years. Ain't no wiggle room. You know what I mean? We ain't going for no probation either. They ain't get the people who was doing the other thing no probation. You had women standing outside the abortion clinic praying and singing songs. You know what I'm saying? Christian women out there praying. And they got locked up. They spent jail time. So, you know what I mean? conceivable to think that Don Lemon get charged with the same thing they got charged with, and he ain't gonna do no jail time. And his defense is because he a journalist. Man, that don't even make sense, man. It's okay for you to break the law, Don Lemon, because you're a journalist. Knock it off. Don Lemon is going to jail, ladies and gentlemen. We'll holler at Don Lemon. We'll catch him when he get out. Yeah, we'll catch him when he get out. But yeah, he gonna bite it on this one. And the only way he gonna even the only way he get any kind of play, the only way he gonna have any kind of wiggle room is if he come on down to the office and tell us what he know about whatever going on, about anything. You know what I'm saying? Unless he come out and tell us what he got going on with anything. Because this situation right here, we can see it. We can read the tea leaves ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We read the tea leaves ourselves. And what we looking at, everything I can see, it say Don Lemon committed a crime. Everything that I'm looking at, it say Don Lemon committed a crime, which y'all already knew he did. You know good and well I'm gonna come up here and tell no lies on the man. For what? Why would I come up here and tell lies on Don Lemon? You know what I'm saying? What he doing ain't stopping me from doing what I'm doing. It ain't stopping me from doing what I'm doing. Because it don't matter if Don Lemon don't never apologize to these people for what he did. He's still going to jail. Him apologizing would have got him a little play. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Not no whole lot. And even then, they just go to prove what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's not about East and West. It's not about right and left. And these rappers and these thugs. You understand me? These rappers and these thugs. See, Don Lemon happened to be a rapper out here. You understand me? Yeah, Don Lemon happened to be one of them rappers. You know, ran into some thugging. Yeah, we thugging on Don Lemon, man. We hashtagging everything Don Lemon. And we try and go up through there with that. You know what I mean? We're going to make good money off his name. The same way he sat there and ran Trump's name the whole time, telling lies on Trump. Trying to make everybody believe that Trump was a Russian agent. So while he was playing with that game, we just stayed consistent, stayed vigilant, kept doing us, because we knew eventually we won't get a chance to speak. You know what I'm saying? We knew eventually it was going to be our time to shine. You know what I'm saying? So, but Don Lemon to be running around talking about he a journalist, that is not helping this case. You know what I'm saying? Him talking about he being a journalist, that is not helping this case. Actually, that's backfiring on him. You know what I mean? That's backfiring. If anybody know a mechanic or anything, have him get in touch with me so I can see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I can see what's going on. If I have to fly you in town or whatever to come straighten out your face card, I ain't tripping about it. Come on to Austin, Texas, and straighten out your face card. See, everybody who's thinking life a game, everybody who's thinking life a joke, Don Lemon included. Yeah, I want to see you get on TV with that same energy that you have now. Yeah. And see, we such forgiving people in America. You know what I'm saying? Americans, we such forgiving people. So we let Don Lemon get away with this because we don't want to cause a scene. We don't want to divide the nation. Man, we ain't dividing nobody. And we ain't worrying about causing no scene. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. Mom told me, I'm going to bust you out wherever you show out. See, you don't bust you out wherever you show out. So Don, let me get on there and try to show out on a short he done posted. You want to talk about some files or something. We don't want to talk about no files. We want to talk about why you was in that church playing a game. That's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about no B Steen, no Epstein, no 3 team. We want to know why you was in that church trying to intimidate them people. Now we want to know, what was your reason for being in there? Because they were some white people. Went in there. That's a civil rights violation, buddy. Yeah. I hope that's what you're going with. Yeah, I hope that's what you're going with. The answer that you just put in the chat, that's what I hope you run with. That's what I hope you run with. Oh, you say you can't see it? Nah, I'm on another live too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we working like this, working like that, you know. But it's a live show, live feed. We're gonna get it all worked out. We're gonna get all the kinks and all the bugs worked out. And everything should be smooth sailing after that. I mean, you gotta think about it. I've been making the avatars, I've been getting these thumbnails together. Like, it's been a lot of work. You know, just for you to come out here and start telling lies and stuff. Man, you should have thought about that before you went in them 4 truck, man. You should have thought about that before you went in them 4 truck. Because the whole thing about it is, don't nobody really care like that. You know what I mean? I'm going to eat when I get home. You know what I'm saying? Run the streets all day. I can sleep when I'm on the live. You feel me? Yeah. I set the city on fire. And I didn't even try. You understand me? I set the city on fire and I didn't even try. I was just doing my job, man. So today, we did a little live feed. We had everybody tap in. And we actually put the information on the board, on the live feed. Yup. We ran that story. We ran that live from 12 days ago, just so that we could put it on the live feed, so we'll have a documentation of it. So that's a two-way verification. That's a two-way documentation. The first documentation was the actual day that we did the story. He was in the church Sunday. I was on the live feed Monday telling you that he done broke the law, that he was in jeopardy. And it didn't matter who said yeah or who said no. The only thing that matters is that I looked at the video and it was plain to me that you was out of pocket, that you were wasting folks' time, that you did the wrong thing. Yeah. You got them tapping their pockets, knocking on doors, all kind of nonsense. And then Don Lemon pop up harassing folks, talking about he a journalist. Man, you lucky them folks didn't wrap that stuff around your head, man. You lucky that didn't happen. Because had I been on the case, that's exactly what I would have did, Don Lemon. And Red, if I'd have been in that church and you pulled up with all them whistles blowing and all that, I'd have grabbed you by the back of your collar and hauled you right on out that church room. And I'd deal with the rest of the consequences later. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was on. That's what I'm still on. You feel me? That's what I'm still on. Which one of you would pop up with some dumb stuff right now? I'm at the end of my show, you know what I mean? Winding this show now, 16 minutes left. And Don Lemon popping out to my ear, journalist. That best defense you got, son. That's the best thing you can say. And then that's why, this is why I can't take these people serious. These people been covering stories for the last 2 years. Last year and a half, you know what I'm saying? They've been covering this Don Lemon story, talking about him, blase, blah, blase, blah. Now, all of a sudden, don't nobody know nothing. See, all of a sudden, don't nobody know nothing. So one day, when you get it picked up and somebody hand it to you, remember that this was that day. Yeah, this was that day. Because if I had to stop what I'm doing and turn around and help you out, Don Lemon, then I ain't gonna never get to where I'm going or get done what I need to be done. So yeah, I would not be doing anything that got anything to do with helping you. Yeah, I'm not doing anything that got anything to do with helping you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not running around here saying negative things about you. I'm not doing it. But I know who is, though. Yeah, I know who is doing things. They fixing up cars and all that. And I know who is doing that. See? So, Don Lemon, you just keep on playing. You know what I mean? Letting folks make you think that it's okay to be doing what you're doing. It ain't never been okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I know I'm gonna make sure that when my time comes, that I be the most prepared person in the circle. You feel me? The most prepared one. You know, because everything else is outrageous. It's just absolutely outrageous. And they got a whole story about the kids. They had them piled up on the minivan. They had some kids piled up in the minivan. These people run up there yelling and screaming at the minivan, stopping the minivan progress. A minivan full of children. These people don't have no kind of conscience at all. Only thing they can do and see is their numbers. That's it. They so stuck on the numbers. They literally went out here and sold their soul. You know what I mean? That's what he did. That's what he did. He really went out there and sold his soul. You know what I'm saying? For a hot church's chicken box. I ain't know that. I did not know that. Don Lemon, we ain't letting you go. You know what I mean? I'm not letting you go. Because there was a time when you was on TV trying to act like a podcaster. Me, everything I say is wrong. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely crazy for you to think that everything that I'm doing is wrong. And if I'm doing it wrong, then how is everybody else doing it and getting away with it? I don't want to do it wrong. Yeah, I don't want to do it wrong no more. I'm nothing really. I'm just letting y'all have it. I ain't tripping about it. I'm just over here chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just over here chilling. So we had a big meeting set up, a big meeting. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think that's the best course of action is for you, Don Lemon, the best course of action is for you to be in front of a camera ASAP. Apologize. You know what I mean? And I hate to say, will it work? Because I don't want people to think it's a play or we up to something more than what I said we up to. We ain't on that, except for making sure Don Lemon pay for his crimes. That's it. We just want to make sure it's all fair across the board, though. You see what I'm saying? Don Lemon went out there and played the game. So we're going to keep it fair for him. We're not going to go out there and play a game. We let him do all that. That's what he wanted to do. So be it. Here it comes. He can do all the crying and whining he wants. But you know what I mean? It's time to really sit back and analyze everything. You know what I mean? That's what it's time for. It's time to sit back and analyze everything. Man, hey, why am I ducking the Epstein file? I ain't ducking shit. There go the link. I guarantee I put a belt on your behind. You pop up here talking about some Epstein files. You think I'm ducking the Epstein file? No, I'm up here playing a game. Yeah, I'm up here playing a game. You done beat the bait. Now hit the link and come tell me all about the Epstein file. And say the wrong thing. Watch I put a belt all over your rump. Yeah. Talking about some Ted ducking the Epstein file. Mm-hmm. A distraction. Know what you came in here to do? You came here to be a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. We ain't letting you get away with it either. Went out here and scared these folks. deceive these people, these parents, about some internet stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not really, it's your fault, but you wasn't the organizer of it. But it's definitely your fault, though. You ain't getting away from that. You ain't getting around that. Especially not with the stupid defense you got. Talking about you a journalist. Okay. For real. Say you a journalist? Let me see it. Let me see it. Because I already know what this person and that person gonna do. I'm just not sure what you gonna do. I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Why would people go out their way to tie their name up with Don Lemon and smear up their whole all the motion that they got? You know what I'm saying? And tie up all the motion that they got. Fooling around with somebody like, you know what I mean? I can't, I just don't know how in 2026 you could be running around thinking that it's okay to go inside of a church and disrupt the church service. Talking about you about to pull up. Oh, so y'all using gang mentality and gang conversations to tell stories in the Bible? You know what I'm saying? So nah, I ain't gonna hold it. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold it to you. Nah, I'm gonna get everything situated first, and then I'm gonna make sure that we dot all the I's and cross all the T's. That's what the Department of Justice did. They made sure they dotted every I and crossed every T and sent that all the information to a grand jury. And they came back with a true bill. Now they talking Atlanta war ready. And send you to the grand jury. The grand jury come back with a true bill. I mean, they have accepted the state's motion. And they proceeding with arrests. Now it's on you. Do you want to have a court case? Or do you want to plead out? The judge gonna ask him, what say you, Don Lemon? Don Lemon, you better throw yourself on the mercy of that courtroom. Because it's time for the games is over with. Yeah, time for the games is over with. We got everything we can get out of some games y'all play. You know what I'm saying? For real. They figured that if they always got motion, ain't nobody got to accept mine. I didn't get into it yet. I was waiting for you to break the news, but I see you not going against Trump. See, why is everything got to be about Donald Trump? We up here talking about Don Lemon in that church harassing people, got kids crying and everything, and you pop up talking about why am I not going against Trump? Then when I drop the link and tell you to come up here and tell me what you're talking about, you continue to type for 10 more minutes. But it's my fault, though. You see what I'm saying? But it's my fault, though. I done covered this Jeffrey Epstein nonsense long enough. I done covered it long enough. I'm not going back and forth about no nonsense. Donald Trump ain't involved in no Epstein files. Period. They tried to play a game and somebody called the FBI talking about Trump did this and Trump did that on an anonymous call. Okay, fine, whatever. When we check it out, find out the call and all the information, all this stuff ain't traced to nobody. Ain't nothing going on. We didn't get no names. We didn't get no times. We didn't get no date. You know what I'm saying? Epstein is. The Epstein thing is definitely bigger than Don Lemon. But what I'm telling you is, ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump, though. So when I ask you to come up here and tell me what you're talking about, why do that mean that I don't want to hear nothing about Trump? Hey, get your lame ass out of here, boy. Get off my page, son. Goofball. Don't type on my page. Do not type on my page. Come over here playing on my page. Go back on your own page somewhere. Yeah, back to you, War Ready. Oh, Lane up in yeah, you wish I had one viewer. You wish I had one viewer. Get your ass off my page, goof ass nigga. Lane back up in Monroe, and I haven't seen Pacino today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Lane back up in Monroe. I haven't seen Pacino today. But I had dropped the link for you. You could have hit the link. And you could have popped up and told me what you was talking about. Oh, you need Lane up here with you? You need Lane up here with you, huh? Yeah, you need Lane up here with you. Yeah, because we ain't doing that. Got this goofball in the chat typing on my page. Get your goof ass out of here, boy. Fuck off my page. Oh, okay. So you're not deep into it like that. All right, cool. I can dig that. So let me tell you what's going on with it. We got 4 minutes to the close of the show. Look, Don Lim. You know, we all over your case. We waiting on your mugshot to drop, and we're gonna definitely have it all over the screen. Because you sat there and you told lies on Donald Trump for 17 years. For the last 10 years, you've been on that internet trying to get anybody who would listen to you to think that Trump was a racist. So now your story done came up, and I'm gonna run it in the ground. So what happened already was nah, I got you already. So what happened was somebody called the FBI and tried to say that President Trump was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. So we have to check every call. We have to investigate every allegation. So that's how this story came about. We end up finding out that somebody made a call, and then when we checked the information, it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? We found out somebody made a call, and when we checked, it was nothing. So that's what that was. You know what I mean? Wasn't nothing we could do about it. You know what I mean? It was nothing we can do about it. We checked the information. There was nothing there. So we weren't tripping about it. You know what I'm saying? If it was something there, we would have ran it down and, you know, did what we could do with it. So that's how that allegation hit, and that's what that was about. It was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't let people fool you about the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Because what happened was before they even released these files, they told everybody that everything in these files, none of it is being used to do any investigations. What pictures? Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein and Trump knew each other back in the 90s and the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Some 30, 40 years ago. So there maybe were some pictures of those two together, you know, at parties and stuff, you know, with a lot of politicians and a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Trump was a mover and a shaker. So, you know what I'm saying? It might have been times where they were in the same room doing, you know what I'm saying, at parties and conventions, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff, fundraisers and things of that nature. But as far as being naked in the hot tub, yeah, that would be Bill Clinton. Yeah, that was Bill Clinton doing all that stuff in hot tubs and all that with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, that was Clinton. Yeah, I seen his name in it too, and I get the same answer for him. The paperwork that was released is stuff that, you know, was alleged to have happened or whatever. And when the FBI tracked it down, was nothing there. But since they was crying about release the Epstein file, release the files, they went on and released everything. So some of the stuff got your name in it, whoever you are. But yeah, ain't nothing that was released used in no investigation to investigate anybody. So, you know what I mean? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. And the stuff that is there, what they are still investigating, they haven't released that yet. So, you know what I'm saying? While they sitting out here playing, they know what the score is. Yeah, some people about to get in trouble, man. They know it. They know they about to get in trouble. Because when them files got released, their name went out there. So they were like, phew, they thought they dodged the bullet. Nah, the fact that your name didn't pop up, that mean they looking for you now. That mean they still searching on that stuff. And I'm talking to the people. You know who you are. The ones who's really in the files. Yeah, the ones of you guys who's really in the files, we didn't release your name yet because we really doing the investigation. Because, you know what I'm saying, American people want somebody, you know what I'm saying, for this. They said Epstein was, you know, doing things to underage people. They say Maxwell was going to find the underage people. So the only thing left for us is who else was partying with Epstein. They never see, nobody never said Trump was partying with him. They just said Trump knew him. But some of y'all was partying with him, flying all over the world with him. It was all at the island. Yeah, it was all at that island. See, we've been had this case together. Check on my sister. The twin is in the building. The twin is in the building. What's up, sis? Yeah, man. We done came to the end of another great show, man. Ellenwood Studios TV. You know what I mean? We got one of the hottest journalists in the country. Broke the Epstein story. Got the most in-depth information about it on the whole entire internet right here. You know what I mean? You can go back, check the live feeds. He went into church on a Sunday. Monday morning, I was on here telling you, Don Lemon going to jail. I was on here Monday morning telling you Don Lemon is going to jail. Everybody thought I was playing. They ain't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? They did not know what was going on. Real talk to him. They ain't know what was going on. These people didn't even know who Don Lemon was until I started telling them. Yeah. And Don Lemon scared to death right now, running around talking about he a journalist. All right. You can get your ass right on in the jail cell then. Do you some journalism. So you said it yourself, Don Lemon. I'm going to have that up for y'all tomorrow. Don Lemon running around talking about nobody's above the law. You ain't either. Hey, man, we had another great show, man. Y'all listening to the face of the Austin sector. For Splash Splash and Traffic, I'm Ted Turner. This is Ellenwood Studios TV. We report the news. Take out, twin.
Spar. I told God I have a hard time with patience. My board is full. It's a lot of moves that I done postponed because of your book. They forgot about the queen. She has skills to capture rooks. So any peace protecting castles, a straight move that getting took. It ain't no allies. You can get your bishop, pope, pastor, or rabbi, but none of those prayers protect your flesh from your past life. Cause a night gets it jumping. L-shaped plans create they flat minds. Same meals they gotta take if I choose to go and get mine. I start the clock a piece with 7, got 2 more shots. A pawn up in this game is just a pawn for the plot. Some kings they gotta go, so think about your spot. Be cautious how you play, cause the queen is watching your thoughts. Sadly, we're here today cause these things they escalate. A woman scorn is something that they underestimate. Don't involve your ego, we target to check they mates. That means I'll sacrifice all they pieces to make it safe. I need a new team, mine is playing both sides. Bad diagonal moves, why do demons wanna hide? In bishop type movements, we cut they corners, let them die. It's 64 squares and you can't check her up, no lies. Now start the clock a piece with 7, got 2 more shots. A pawn up in this game is just a pawn for the plot. Some kings they gotta go, so think about your spot. Be cautious how you play, cause the queen is watching your thoughts.